today I'm going to be doing a homeschool book haul, sharing with you guys some really fun and really educational books for the little ones with a different span of ages. I'm going to be starting with some that I have from my own library, and then I'm also going to be showing some that we picked up from our local library as well, just to give you guys a variety of books. I have some really nostalgic ones as well, like some that have been around since I was little, even since like my mom was little. Really good books to have, really good staples to have, especially if you are a homeschool parent. So I have a lot of good stuff to show you guys, and if there is something that I'm not sharing in this haul, I'm definitely going to be sharing it in the next haul as well. So if you're new here, my name is Heaven, and on the channel I share motherhood and homemaking content. So homeschool content like today's video, as well as some cleaning videos, home organization, shopping hauls, grocery hauls, and then I also have a separate Disney channel as well if you are into traveling to Disney as a family, especially with the little ones. So a ton of content. If you see any books that you love, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and find it linked down below in the description box. But let's go ahead and get into today's video. The first book I'm going to be showing you guys is by Step Into Reading. These books are really great for early readers, and I have two of them here. One of them is Paw Patrol Nickelodeon theme. The other one is for the Pixar Disney story collection. These two specifically, this one has 7 stories in this one book, and then this one has 5 stories. Now on the back it does show you that they do have the individual book. If you get them off of websites like Amazon, Walmart, Target, then the books will probably be about $5. But this book with all of the stories in it was $6, and then this one here was $7, and I got both of these booklets off of Amazon. So it's definitely worth the price, especially because my little one loves these books. So if you get the Step Into Reading books, then these books are for preschool up into grade 1, and then if you get the Reading with Help books, those ones are about grade 1 through grade 3. One thing that really resonates with my son when it comes to reading is like really good storylines that he can interact with. The books that comes with his curriculum, they are really, really great and essential for helping him to learn, especially as they tie into the curriculum. But I think that they are starting to feel like just something that he has to do versus something that he enjoys doing. So getting books like this, like Paw Patrol and Pixar, and things that he, just loves outside of school, helps him to basically incorporate them together so that he really has a love for reading as well. So this one has some really fun ones that tie into some of the episodes, and then this one ties into, let's see, we have Lightning McQueen, Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Ratatouille, and Nemo. Really cute stories. And just showing you guys an example of how short the sentences are on each page. So for one, the pictures are really, really beautiful. The stories are a pretty good length. I want to say there's about maybe at least 10 pages for each story, maybe more, but because there's just a few lines on each page and then it has a beautiful picture, it kind of just keeps them engaged so that they don't become overwhelmed. Some of the words are really easy to grasp for early readers, and then some of them they may have to figure out by using context clues, or you might have to help them, and it's really great to have a balance of both of them because it challenges them a little but also has some familiarity to it. Now if your little one is a little bit more advanced and they're into chapter books already, some really great chapter books that's also great for read alouds, to sit down with your little one and go over a chapter each day during your homeschool read aloud. Nate the Great is a good one. It has a whole series of many different Nate the Great stories where he's a detective and he's going on mysteries to figure out what happened to, for instance, this one he was looking for a picture, trying to figure out what happened to his friend's picture, just different mysteries. So it's not super colorful. This is a great one to start because it's still a chapter book, but it has some pictures, but not super, super kiddish. Another great one is You Are an Amazing Boy. I have a son, he's 5 years old, so of course I'm gonna get the You Are an Amazing Boy, but I think they have one for girls as well. This is a great chapter book, but the words, like the print, is a little bit larger for little ones to be able to follow. Now this one has very, very few pictures. The pictures are not in color, they are in black and white. So we use this one for read aloud, or it's also great to have like before bed, but basically it has a lot of inspiring stories about courage, friendship, inner strength, self-confidence, This is great for grade school students, maybe 3rd grade through 6th grade, I would say, is what this one would be great for, especially if your little ones are beginning to read chapter books. Now, if you have a toddler and you're looking for something that you can have for read aloud and you can read it to both your grade school child and your toddler, or allow your grade school child to read it to you and your toddler, this is a really, really cute one. I enjoy reading this one to my 5-year-old son, but it's also really cute for the little ones. It's called The World is Awake for Little Ones. It's a celebration of everyday blessings, written by Lindsay Davis. I love this one. They also have one called One Big Heart and Stay This Way Forever. It's really, really a cute story. Also very beautiful illustrations, and it's durable. I love this one. This one is one that you would keep inside of your library forever, even if you're not a homeschool parent, just a book to have just in general. Another really cute one that my 5-year-old loves to read is the Pete the Cat series. Pete the Cat has a ton of different books. They have the smaller ones that are like the step into reading size, and then they have the big ones like this, which I love this size a little bit more than the smaller ones, but you can get the full box set if you want them to use those to read every day on their own. But they have some of the cutest little stories. They're kind of silly, kind of fun, but also easy to read for a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old. Even like all the way up to middle school, I think a kid would love these. I mean, I love these stories. They're really cute myself. These have a little bit more depth to them. The pages have many more words on them, many more lines, but the story is not super long. It's always good to give them a challenge. So for my 5-year-old, it was still a pretty easy read for him, but it was really, really cute and really, really fun. And it took him a little bit longer to read than like something out of here, which probably takes him, I don't know, 5 minutes. So maybe it took about 10 minutes to finish the story, but it was really, really cute. Now, this one we got from an app by, I think it was called Literati. It's basically a literature subscription that we had signed up for, where you pay $10 a month. They send you a box of like 5 books. You can read the books, but you only have 7 days to figure out which books you want to keep and purchase, or the rest you send back. We had the subscription for a short time, but I realized basically I was paying $10 a month to try out a book, and then I was paying extra for the book that I wanted to keep. And the books were normally ranging from about $10 to $17. For $17, I might as well just buy a book every month. So we canceled the subscription. We did buy this book, and it did help me to realize this is a series that we like and go out and find more books. So if you don't like looking out for books on your own, you could sign up for like a book subscription for that purpose. But I'll show you guys later in the video. We also use the library for that resource as well. Another very inexpensive resource to find homeschool books or children's books is your local dollar store. Sometimes just browsing the little book section, you will find some really cute ones that's more than 4 pages, like this one. This one is really cute. It's called Too Clumsy to Climb. These little books are basically like life lesson books, but they're also really cute, really silly. Has some fun little pictures inside of it. Things that our little ones can really resonate, because I don't know about you, but my little one can be a little bit clumsy sometimes. This one is called Too Shy to Sing. And this one is about a little hummingbird that was a little bit shy, and it teaches him how to step out and be brave, especially around friends that love him and he doesn't have to be super shy around. So another life lesson book about being shy and leaning into being a little bit more brave. This one here is called Oh, the Seeds You Can Sow. And it's a tale of growing kindness. This one is really cute. We got this when we were doing an apple unit at the beginning of our homeschool semester. We were learning about apples. It was just like our theme, perfect time for fall. And this story is a bit long, and I read this to him. This is a great book for middle schoolers to read on their own, but also a great book for a read aloud for your little ones. It's so cute. Her dad teaches her that you can plant one apple seed, which turns into a tree that bears many apples, has more seeds inside of it, and you can take those seeds and you can plant those, and they create more fruit-bearing trees and more apples, and about basically how planting one seed could spread so wide. So she planted the seed, that she got from an apple that she went and got from the orchard, and then grew an apple tree. And she took the apples and she gave them to people that she felt needed a little bit of kindness. And as she spreaded the kindness to more people, basically they spreaded it. It's about the power of planting a few good seeds in the world and how that can spread. So now I'm gonna take a quick little break away from the fun things and just share some really educational books. And I'm gonna start with a Black History book since we are getting close to Black History Month. This one is New York Times bestseller, The ABCs of Black History. This one is really, really cute. Basically, it has like the alphabets that relates to Black history. So for instance, A is for anthem, and it talks about what an anthem is used for in Black history. B is for beautiful, for brave, for bright, for bold. C is for community and for church. It talks about how Martin Luther King had his dream of civil rights, which C is also for civil rights. It just has basically all the different alphabet and how it can relate to things from the Black culture and from Black history. So this is a good one to have. A fun way to incorporate Black history into your homeschool program. And then another one is the Little Legends. So they have an exceptional men in Black History's book, but they also have an exceptional women in Black History's book. So I have the exceptional men, where you can meet little legends that are brave and exceptional and how they changed the world. So it talks about the different men in Black history like Benjamin Banneker, Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King. Pictures are really, really beautiful, and it's a good way to explain their importance in our history in a way that your kids may enjoy. It also is a great way to spark up a good conversation, asking them in what ways they would like to have an impact in the world. Next, I'm gonna just talk about one that we are new to, and it's called The Pilgrim's Progress. Well, this one is called The Little Pilgrim's Progress. So it's based on a really, really old and classical, timeless story called The Pilgrim's Progress. It was written in 1678. It had been written in the 20th century, rewritten to appeal to children. And it's about two little bunnies named Christian and Christiana who go on the search to find the king, to find Jesus. And it is just the allegory of a Christian life. Now, I think this one might be geared more to middle school, but I know a lot of people start reading this very early. It just depends on what your little one can digest. It was rewritten to appeal to children, so yeah, it's kind of fun, but it still has some of the seriousness and tone that the Bible stories naturally might have. So if your little one is a little more sensitive to those type of tones, then I would just kind of pre-vamp this and look at it a little bit, see if this is something that you're ready to introduce to your little one. And if so, go for it. It has a really great Christian life lessons inside of it. Just take a look at it before you dive into it. So that one I think is a classical that everyone needs to have on their shelf. We are just now getting around to it, but just decide when you are ready to introduce it to your little one. One thing that we like to do is pick out some books from the local library, and it helps me to figure out what my son likes, because our children, sometimes the things that we think they're gonna like, they like something else. We never know. So with our little ones constantly growing, this is a way for us to figure out what their interest is. They can pick out some books themselves. We can take it home, try it out. If they love it, we'll find it and buy it. If they didn't love it so much, we didn't have to buy it. We brought it, we returned it, and that's the end of that. We actually had got the early reader step into reading Paw Patrol book from the library. So first we read this one, and that's what had inspired me to go and find our own, because he really loved this one. Now we actually have all 5 of these stories inside of a Paw Patrol 5-minute like nighttime storybook. So a lot of the stories in here, it was the version for me to read to him, so it naturally had more words inside of it. And because we had already read through the stories, I thought it was fun that it had like the version for him to read back to me. But I didn't purchase this specific one. Instead, I just went ahead and purchased a different variety. But first, getting it from the library is what helped me realize that it was something that my little one had really loved. So I also got the I Can Read series from the Little Critters. Little Critters has been around since I was a kid, probably longer. So I got Just a Little Love, since Valentine's Day is around the corner. Just My Best Friend, and Just Helping My Dad. So just some really cute ones. Simple sentences that our little ones can basically understand and read, but it also has really good storytellings and plots that your little ones would really enjoy diving into. Little Critters normally have some really good like childhood lessons inside of it as well. It has about 2 to 4 lines per page. Some of them only have 1 line in the page for your kindergarten through grade schooler to read. So we got 3 of those from the library. He had asked the librarian to find him a Little Bear book. So this one is a really old-time classic. It's called A Kiss for Little Bear. Now these are, again, the older ones, so it's not super colorful, but I love a good classic book. It gives them some variety. Everything doesn't have to be super sensory friendly. Some things can be simple and classic because there is beauty in just simplicity as well. So these are really, really cute and for ages 3 to 7. And there's a series of this on Amazon as well. It's the I Can Read series, and you would just search for Little Bear. Now this one, Corduroy, I saw this one and picked it up because this is one of my favorites from when I was a kid. A little bear who was inside of a toy store and he lost a button, so people would come and didn't want him, and then a little girl went and found him and she wanted him. She gave him another button. It's a really cute story. I read this one today to both my 6-month-old and my 5-year-old, and it's a really cute story. I'm pretty sure that I'm actually going to purchase this one. I've forgotten about this book. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Again, that's something that I love about the library. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go find this book and add it to our library. It even now comes with the Little Bear. You can either buy the book itself, I think for like $7, but if you buy the book with the bear, I think it's like $14. Pay $7 extra for the bear. But it's a really cute story. Another book we got from the library is called Heaven is for Real, another New York Times bestseller. It's about a little boy's story of his trip to heaven and back. But basically it's about a 3-year-old boy, and he gives a message to children that Jesus really, really loves you. He loves children and he really loves you as well. So he says like heaven is for real and you're really gonna like it. So I thought this was a really cute book for children who are normally curious about what heaven looks like or what is it like. Obviously, none of us know. We can only, make references from the Bible, but it's a really, really cute story. It tells about how it's more amazing than we can imagine, and it has like bright colors everywhere you look, and it's just beautiful. But it also has some scriptures in here as well. For instance, this one has a scripture from Revelation, so it points back to biblical scripture, so it's not just like going on a whim here, but it takes some of what the Bible tells us about heaven and turns it into a beautiful story and beautiful pictures for our little ones. So I think this is a really good one to have in your library as well if you're a Christian homeschool mom or just moms in general. We got a few more Pete the Cat series stories because he really enjoyed the one that we got from our literature subscription. So we got Pete the Cat Plays Hide and Seek, and we got Pete the Cat and the New Guy. So 2 of those here. Then we have Little Bear's New Friend. Now this is another Little Bear story, but it's not the old time classic. This one is the one that appealed to him a little bit more than the old classic one because this one looks a bit more like the cartoon that he watches. And we did read this one as well earlier this week during homeschool, and it was super, super cute. It was about a little bear who found a friend inside the woods. It was a wild bear who had lost his parents. So little bear and his friends went out on a journey to help him find his parents, and they did. They found his parents. So it's really cute about little bear finding a new friend, helping his friend, and how their worlds were a little bit different, but they still bonded and became good and close friends because little bear lives in a house with his parents. And so to him, he's not like a wild bear. And he met one that was you know, a wild bear. So that was a really cute story as well. Now we're gonna gear off into a little bit more educational books again from the library. This one my son picked out. He saw the butterfly and I guess it appealed to him and he wanted to learn more about monarchs. The monarchs are missing. Talks a lot about like the climate and where monarch butterflies originated and where you can kind of find them now, what they like to eat and what type of climate they normally like. It tells you about how you can plant wildflowers if you want to attract monarch butterflies. It also talks about the life cycle of one, so about like from the egg to the larva to the chrysalis to the adult. Really fun. This would go really well with like the Amazon butterfly kits that they sell, where you order the kit and it comes with the little caterpillars, or you can order the caterpillars separate and you watch the butterfly from the chrysalis and then you go outside and you let it free. So that would be a really cute unit to do. What a map can do. A really good introduction to maps. They can be used for like around the house, and then dive into how they are used around the world as well. And this one shows how he made like a little map of his bedroom that shows where certain things are in his room as well as in his home, and encourages you basically to create like a map of your own home and have your kid create the map, color it, and you guys talk about it. Then you can create a map of your neighborhood. It shows where your house is, where important places like the police station or the fire station, fun places like the park is located. And you put like a little key on the map that shows like, this is the key that shows like a store. This one shows like a library, a bus stop. Just different ways to introduce different types of maps, not just the world map, because, you know, maps are everywhere now. They have world map, neighborhood maps, city maps. You can find maps inside of the mall now. So this is a really cute book for the introduction of maps that would really appeal to the little ones. Another one that Noah picked out himself was by Smithsonian. Smithsonian is a brand that we love. We have the Smithsonian Animal book. This one is the Smithsonian Space book. It's huge. Our space unit book was a lot smaller than this. We also have like a Dr. Seuss one, but this one is for children a little bit older. It's more like an encyclopedia for space, but the little ones can love it as well. I know my son likes the Smithsonian book for animals, and so that might be what helped him appeal to this one. This one has a page about rockets. It's a little bit more realistic than like the children's books that you can find, like the Dr. Seuss one. It's a little bit more realistic and it dives deeper into different parts of space, as well as like astronauts and spaceships and rockets, all types of different things, the planets, everything. You can find it in here. It's an encyclopedia for space. Now this one is also by DK. So Smithsonian is by the author DK, and so is this one that I picked up myself. Now this one is a Disney Ideas book, and it comes with more than 100 different crafts and activities. So this is a library book, so we have to flip through it, and if we find anything fun in here that we like, basically we would have to do a copy and print it, or copy and scan it onto our computer so that we'll have it for a later date, or we can, if we really love it, buy it a little bit later. But it's really cute that not only my son, but I too would enjoy having this one. Like for instance, this one builds a raft from the movie Moana, and it basically shows you how you can take sticks and you can tie the sticks together to make a raft, just like they did in the movie. Basically, it shows you how you can create a raft yourself using sticks, strings, and some canvas material or some paper for the sail. Another one my son picked up, which I thought was really cute, is the Ultimate Dictionary of All Things Digital. We found this in the coding section. My husband does a lot of coding, website building, marketing, and things like that. And this teaches him about all types of things: algorithm, ad blocker, applications, API, antivirus software. So who knew? Maybe this is something that he will be into. Maybe his dad would really enjoy diving deep into this one with him. But it is about technology. Next, we have the 5-minute Disney Pixar stories. We already have like 3 5-minute Disney storybooks that we do at night. They're really cute. So we got the Pixar ones as well. It's really cute. I'm pretty sure we are just gonna buy This one, it has a bunch of different Pixar stories that you can read, and they're literally 5 minutes, so I'm pretty sure we'll buy another one. And then he also picked up this Star Wars dictionary book, and it's also by DK. They have the dictionaries for everything, but he wanted to get this one because he particularly likes Star Wars and Legos. So a Lego Star Wars dictionary book is what he picked up. I think we're gonna end it there. I think we're gonna end our book haul here today. We had a lot of ones here to show you guys. So once we return these library books, I will do another haul. We'll pick out some nice ones. I put a few of them on hold that I specifically wanted to incorporate into our homeschool semester this year. Very intentional. These ones we kind of just went, looked around and grabbed them, these ones. But the next round are some that come highly recommended or some that I myself recommend and are more intentional to incorporate into homeschool. So I'll share some of those as well as some more of our favorites from our home library. But let me know what you guys think. Comment below your favorite book from today's book haul. And if you like videos like this one and you want to see more upcoming homeschool book hauls and more homeschool content in general, as well as motherhood and homemaking, don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you here. But that's going to be all for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy homeschooling.